I just go down there a few seconds and he's on his team. Hi! Good job, I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
Pussy. Joey. Oh, I love you, Joey.
What's up, guys?
Oh, where's the blueprint?
This one was cooked from this. It's back on the tip.
Maybe actually got into it yet.
And then, when the little crab crawled out of the eyeball socket of Ben Gardner's disembodied head, I jumped into the seat with Margie Hodges, where I remained the rest of the movie. Now, you might remember that the shark, you didn't even see the shark until an hour and a half into that film. An hour and a half. So the music is what's scary and suspenseful, right? So I remember sticking my fingers in my ears and my thumbs in my eyeballs and just smashing. I'm amazed I have vision, quite honestly. So toward the end of the movie, you finally see the whole shark piece, and she went up Quint as the boat is sinking, right? And I turned to Margie like, see, it's not even real. So the very end of the movie, the shark explodes. Like, spoiler alert, 1975 movie, the shark explodes.
I actually have to see that movie, so that is a big spoiler. But you know, maybe I watched it. Maybe I wasn't just see what we have to.
Shark explodes. Spoiler alert, 1975 movie, shark explodes. We jumped up out of our seats and our popcorn went everywhere. We dropped our coats. We were not cheering because Richard Dreyfuss and Roy Scheider had survived. We were cheering because we had survived. Never going out of business. Back then, school made us stronger.
What do we need an axe for? What do we need an axe for? Nobody wants to talk. Well, okay then.
Who's going to do next season? You ever about that? Just waiting for everybody else to show up.
What are we using the axe for? Execute?
You can use it for whatever you want. It's to hit people with, or suicide, or do whatever you want.
Why would you want suicide?
You might have to read down some things, I'm not gonna lie.
So when we die, we can respawn.
Yeah, so just respawn and make sure you get the right version and come back.
Oh, I'm red.
Think about it, he's playing the 3v3. But there's still some mock if one of those, so
Of course, I'm early all the time.
So if red team stands here, all of you group up here. Blue team stand here, all group up here. It'll make it easier to keep track of everything. And then we'll just wait a few minutes for everybody to turn up and we'll see what the numbers are and then we'll potentially have to use them.
We just had
We haven't got enough
a
seats.
secretary who, if you got sick or hurt, you just
But everything goes over
over in
there,
the teacher's
blue now.
lounge while they were smoking. And then the secretary spent a long time trying to find your mother in the days before cell phones or
Can you imagine
answering
doing that?
machines. You could be there all day long. And mental health was not a thing at all. Nobody even knew about it.
What you just said that is even what I just saw. That secretary smoking and not my mother, but like, that's hectic.
There all day long. And mental health was not a thing at all. Nobody even knew what that was. And this was later on. I remember being in science class. The space shuttle Challenger exploded and everybody on board perished. My science teacher just turned off the television and went, okay, everybody turn to chapter 8.
What's up, man?
After little landovers and that.
And certainly no one was creating a play date for us, right? At 8 o'clock in the morning, here's how my mom did a play date. Y'all go outside and play. Boom, she'd lock the door. We were out there all day. We hadn't even eat. We hadn't even drink. We
Give
didn't
everybody a
eat
few moments.
Starbucks. We eat goldfish crackers. If we were thirsty, we drank out of the hose.
Oh my
Never going out of business. is
It's
hot.
probably
And the
better.
water is hot, by the way.
Okay, well, okay, that is incredible. I can't believe that even just parents not caring about their children and they lock the door. Like you can't even. I mean, nowadays I have a phone, so I can they do it for me. And then you can find things to an extent, but like we get
Loving
food
the
and
car.
water. But like back then, like what? Like drinking out of a hose as well. Like, and all of these people in the crowd said that like it was common. So you guys go home and confirm that to me. What you guys really think about that? If so, and no way am I
You
thinking
better fucking Canada.
And what were we doing outside all day? Well, we were trying to kill each other.
oh.
We had rock fights, we had dirt clod fights, we had green pine cone fights.
Yeah, I
and
don't know
we
about
had-
you boys, but I think we've got winning team here.
Wow.
We were shooting each other directly with BB guns. Our parents knew it, and no one cared. They bought the BBs.
So we are missing. Is Joe? No, it's Joe. Is Reaper playing?
I don't think he's gonna make it. Either he's gonna make it or he's gonna be late. I don't know. He wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, once we get started, we'll be coming in.
Anyone else with you?
Or the rock just cut. Like what? Yo, Andre. Yeah. You're not gonna say that. That's just you're gonna probably get done for aggravated
Blue Blues
assault
are getting
or something.
outnumbered.
And he's probably gonna get done for battery or something. Like this guy is crazy.
So we're missing. We're missing Youngblood.
Good old days, we did it. No way. No, surely you're scared. Surely you're not trying to do it. Because you know it's wrong.
Whoa, what's going on?
Or was that part of the thing? Oh, you can't give it bloody eye. I think.
Yeah, we got
Someone
team
please,
is missing Youngblood.
I don't believe it. I don't think
Reaper.
not in the way I'm thinking. Like, you're not gonna get
If you want, I can. If he doesn't come, I can step out until he gets here or whatever.
That should be good. Just give everybody a few more minutes.
Listen, man, that's why. What?
We were shooting each other directly with BB guns. Our parents knew it, and no one cared.
Yeah.
They bought the
today.
BBs.
Not today.
And on special occasions, we would ramp up to Roman candle wars, bottle rocket wars, and all my dad ever said was, don't shoot each other directly in the eye.
Okay, right.
We've got 4
Someday you
blue,
might have to have an
5
MRI.
red.
Only the eyes.
We made evil Knievel bike ramps out of plywood and cinder blocks. Nobody wore a
No
helmet.
way that's true.
We're all still here. We wandered around our neighborhood like little hobos just for hours and hours. One time, Ashley Farrell and I were in Homewood Hills. We wandered so far away, we got real tired. We asked the Charlie Chip delivery man guy for a ride home. I said, we're tired. He said, get in the van. I got chips. So we went in.
The story is that, because what you just said here with the story that you get nowadays, getting people's cars and stuff, like, that is, again, that's like a whole different time frame, a whole different mindset, because you just, the first thing you
Right, I
get
think
told
we're
out
balanced
there,
now.
like, if they
And
let's go into the back of anyone's car, let's just force them to and it's that's different, man. That's actually, wow. It's like night and day.
So anybody wondering, I've had a few messages saying that after the pit table here with the blue and red uniform, the reason that wasn't done is because we tested this event out a few times and there ends up being a hectic with a lot of PvP calls, so we'd have spawned like hundreds of outfits and stuff, depending on who showed up. So the easiest way to counter that was to spawn people in colours, and if you do happen to spawn in the wrong colour, then unfortunately you get through. So, right, so we've got cluster together, all red group together first, all blue group together. So we got 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so if you do die, make sure you're coming back in these colours. Covers, could you do a revised list in the event section with the new teams, please. Do that, we'll be over the rules. Write it all down so we know who's on which team.
And the fact that you guys are gonna
So if you do die during the event, please keep suiciding until you get this full equip that you're currently wearing. Troubles will be refereeing this gate here. You will be sent to the right if you're a red team and to the left if you're a blue team. Do not enter the middle gate and go straight into the arena. You'll be shot. There are 10 barrels on each side, so there's 10 blue barrels and 10 red barrels.
like she's confirmed. And you guys are fucking confirmed as well, but I can't do it.
Can you go through blue side, please?
And they would sell them.
Thank you. So there's 10 blue barrels and 10 red barrels. The aim is to capture all the other team's barrels, so blue team has to capture the red barrels, and red team has to capture the blue barrels. In your spawn area, you've got a little fenced off section. All the barrels need to be carried and placed in that area.
And she was
The first team to capture all 10 barrels will be the winner. There's a 45-minute time limit, and whoever has the most barrels in that time
and
will
she
win.
would give us the money. She would not let us back in the house. She was
What did you say?
Is it allowed? Is it allowed to carry our barrels back? So if they captured the blue barrel, is it allowed for us to carry them
So
back to our?
you can move your own barrels about if you want, you just cannot take them into your own spawn area. You have to remain inside the arena.
But if you kill someone in the middle of the battlefield, you can bring it back.
Yes, you can put it back closer to your
But not if it's in the safe area where they
Yeah, so
save the point.
I'll take you all in and I'll show you the safe area. You're not allowed to compete.
Joe, lay on your back.
Okay.
So you can move any barrels anywhere you want, as long as you don't keep your own barrels into your own safe area. Everybody got that? Any more questions? Nope. Right, so red first. If you fail here, the blues covers. I'll take red one and show them.
Joe needs to go in as well. To show you what to do. Go from round to your right.
Mate, run. We'll go showing you everything.
Go from round to your right.
Our horsey part came off. We had a metal knob. Just put it back and forth. Oh my god. We had a slide that was so different. My kid's Gen Z slide is at an angle like that. It's at a little soft pile of wood chips. We all have that giant metal slide, 90-degree angle. Just sat there in the sunshine.
You need to bring your barrels and place them in this area. Or your barrels will only be counted if they're in this. So if you could stay in this section until the event commences to start, that'd be great. Please don't enter the arena until then. Otherwise I'll take the other.
So we would take our birds and our roofs from the playground, we would go on down to the candy store, and we would get
So what's the game plan?
Candy was very different back then. Candy was mean to children. It was mean to us. We had atomic fireballs, lemon heads, just
Skills,
pixie sticks.
come over here.
It was just a straw filled with sand and sugar.
I'm thinking about bringing some of our barrels a little bit back, so we have all maybe.
Well, one guy's got to stay back.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I plan to just kill them all.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Like last
So
time?
honest with you.
On the
Yeah, I'm
prison?
not. Yeah, I'm not here for an objective. I'm just here to keep heat.
Me too.
So I'll leave the barrels over for whoever, and I'm just gonna run deep.
Okay, then how about we do the guys that are getting the barrels shouldn't have the guns and give the other guys the guns. Yeah?
Look,
You should have a
Yeah,
gun
well,
because you
okay.
have to defend yourself while you run to the barrel, you know? You cannot
'Cause it's gonna
Yeah,
take
well,
it's
okay.
gonna take for
the entire
it's
time.
gonna take forever to get the barrel over here.
Don't get me started on that toilet paper roll with the
Do you guys see the wall up ahead though? The one next to the red crate? If we
Yeah.
all grab a flashbang and throw it over, we can hit them as they come through their wall with the flashbang.
I ain't got no flashbang. I got smoke bombs.
There's there's flashbangs in the crates over there. Like head behind that crate.
If I'm not wrong, and with the guys what I talking to, there's a sniper in the middle with 5 shots, maybe. I don't know today.
And then your friend would come over and bite one off and her spits on you too.
I'm not good at thinking for that.
So then we go around and we get my mom cigarettes and we can our candy cigarettes, which they don't sell now because it might lead.
We're gonna need flashbangs and smoke.
And my favorite two kinds were the hard white stick that had red on the end because someone painted fire on the breast to eat. And then the bubble gum kind you could pull out and blow real smoke. Right, so we would just stand out there in front of the golden pantry, just smoking our candy cigarettes, wearing our candy jewelry. We were just little candy hookers, and no one knew where we were. But it was the
Yeah, they work. They work. They're not duds. They're pristine.
What you were saying about what you guys doing as kids? Yeah, you guys have to pull in a lot of that. It sounded wild. I can't believe a lot of the things I heard in the video. And I have so many sessions, and please call me, and I love hearing what you do.
Your daughter is such a hot piece of ass. Best sex I ever had. She's a screamer, you know that. Make me crazy. Especially when she's screaming.
Hey,
No,
I was thinking.
deine Alde, Erik, is a bit toxic to his faction.
Hey, if we take the right side, bring the barrels down the right side over there, one of us can stay up in the house and cover.
I know.
Why do you have to make a big deal out of everything?
So when are they gonna start the event?
Okay, hello everyone.
Go away.
There's 10 red barrels and 10 blue barrels. There's a 45-minute time limit. It's the first team to capture all 10 barrels, or the team with the most barrels after the 45-minute limit.
Good morning.
I will give all instructions out over this PA system from here on out. On my gunshots, the event will begin. Good luck.
So, I've seen counselors and therapists, not too many over the years, but in my 20s I've seen a couple, and I still never had the courage to talk with it. See, for all these years, and you're honestly this is the first time I've really ever spoke with it. So, I've seen counselors and therapists, not too many over the years, but in my 20s I've seen a couple, and I still never had the courage to really talk of it. So now I've just been eating at me all these years, and I just decided that because my life is where it's at right now, the habits and the problems I've faced,
Why did you choose to, whatever's been hanging on for 30 years now, 3 decades, why now? Why me?
Well, because, you know, I really enjoyed seeing you on the Big Red show. I really taken a liking to the things that you have to say to callers, and I like your insight. And I feel like saying this over the phone, not face to face, to somebody I don't know at all, was a little bit easier.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know where you're about to head with this, but I appreciate your trust and go for it. So tell me what you've been sitting on.
So basically, when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I was sexually molested by my older brother for quite some time.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks. And it was so weird. I remember so vividly, but at the same time, so groggy. I don't know if my family really knows about it. I think they do. I have 4 older brothers. I'm the youngest of 5 boys. And I remember it happening over and over while I shared a room with my older brother. And I don't know why we shared a room. I don't understand it because he was the second oldest and I'm the youngest, so I don't really know how that worked out or whatever. But I do recall it just ending one day. It just ended.
What was the age difference between you and your brother?
So he is 7 and a half years older than me.
Hey, buddy, stop. It's me.
That's a lot. That's a whole.
Watch out for the landmine up the stairway.
You're talking about 3, 4, and 5, and 10, 11, and 12. That's a big gap. What makes you think that folks in your family knew or know about this?
Because I remember it ending abruptly one day, and I had this vision, and I'm not sure if it's a dream of this vision, but I remember my mom yelling at my older brother at one moment because I feel like maybe another brother of mine kind of found out or saw what was possibly going on and told my mom, but I never spoke to my mom about it. I never spoke to anybody about it. And my mom has since passed away, and I get really upset that I never talked to her about it. And I don't want to bring it up to anybody now, especially my brother, because of how awkward it may be or how, you know, I feel like he's kept it inside too. You know?
So, as we dig into this, I need you to remember one key important thing. Somebody took something from you. And from this point forward, you are in control of the narrative. You are in control of the way this plays out. Okay? And I want you to know that it's noble and kind to think about his feelings. It's noble and kind for you to think about what he might be going through. But the reality is, people who suffer abuse at the hands of loved ones often spend their life trying to make sure that's okay.
Yeah.
And the one person they don't make sure is okay is them. So I'm giving you permission. You don't need to do you anyway. That it's time for you to start caring for you. Okay? And it sounds like over the years you've dabbled in talking to professionals. You've hemmed and hawed around it because you know you weren't well. You knew something was gnawing on you inside. And now it's time to decide whether, you know what, the way things are, just having said it out loud on the radio in front of millions of people, that's out there, I feel better now, or you're going to go be about healing. And it may or may not end up in sitting down and talking with your brother about what happened. So, circling back, now that you know, like you're in control, you said it out loud. There's several traumas here. One is, being sexually abused by someone who loves you, your older brother. That's big. Number 2, almost as bad, if not worse. Because again, your brother's 11, your brother's 12, your brother's 13 during this stuff. I'm not letting him off the hook, but he also is a child, right?
Right.
As bad, if not worse, is the thought that my adult mom knew this was happening and didn't do anything. Or my adult mom did know this was happening. She put a stop to it, but never stopped to ask me if I was okay.
Right.
And, Ken, that's not okay. That happened to you. That's wrong, and that sucks.
know I'm just assuming here, you have fantasized about that conversation with your mom. You fantasized that conversation about your brothers, with your brothers. You fantasized about having a conversation with the actual brother who hurt you. So I ask you this, what do you want to do?
Well, getting the courage to speak to you today is difficult enough. I do feel like a weight has fallen off my shoulders.
Do you feel different than before you said that out loud?
Yeah.
Describe that to people listening, because there are millions of people who have suffered things that can't bring themselves to say it out loud. And people don't realize what it feels like to just set that cinder block down for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like I was experiencing a backpack full of cinder blocks all these years. I really do, and it feels really good to just say it out loud. I've kept the secret suppressed for all these years, my entire life, essentially. Yeah. And just saying it makes me feel like a whole different person.
Well, I appreciate your trust here, man. I appreciate your bravery. And so, going back, what do you want to do now?
Well, I haven't given it a whole lot of thought because I never thought I'd really get the courage to tell you.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I want to discuss this with at least my other brothers first before I approach the brother that did this to me, because I'm a little closer to my other brothers than I am him. But I really don't know. I really don't want to. My dad's still around and alive, but I really don't want to talk to him about it. We're not very close anyway, but I would like to approach my other brothers and just see if it's something that they were ever aware of, or, you know. But I really don't want to drive away between my brother and the other one, you know, either.
And so, a couple of things here. Number one, you're not driving a wedge. That wedge was driven by somebody else. Okay? And it's not your responsibility to continue to make sure your other brother's okay. It is important to remember that he was a child, too.
Right.
Right. But the wedge has been driven.
Okay.
I want to ask you, what do you want to accomplish by having a conversation? And there's not a right or wrong answer to this. But do you want ultimately him to say he was sorry? Do you want him ultimately to acknowledge that he hurt you and that he wished he hadn't? What are you hoping to get to? Do you want to see him go to jail? What do you want to see happen?
I don't want anything negative to happen to him, and I certainly don't expect an apology because I realize he was a child as well. I guess my main motivator would be to figure out if this was possibly, or excuse me, if this event that happened had any bearing on the way I am today as far as my own issues, you know, my own sexual problems that I may face today with my own self. Did that event have any cause on this, the way I am?
So what sexual problems do you have now?
Well, growing up, I always had this thought of teeter-tottering on whether or not I was gay.
Right.
You know, I never felt the urge per se, but I always thought maybe I was.
Yep.
I've never done anything physical with another man, but I've always had that thought, like, maybe I am. And I've always had girlfriends. I have a girlfriend now. And, I always thought, what if I'm bisexual? What if this? What if that? Because of this event. Because it screwed up my whole head.
Yeah.
I have porn addiction. Pornography I watch often. I somewhat abuse alcohol, not terribly, but I somewhat abuse it because I have an addictive personality. So I just wonder if these issues are because of this.
I think it's a futile exercise to look for a particular pinpoint cause of X and Y and Z. I also think the answer to all those questions is going to be in some shape, form, or fashion, yes. One of the most damning things about sexual abuse, about abuse of any kind, is it makes you start doubting yourself. It plants all kinds of different questions and seeds in your heart and mind that wouldn't have been there in the first place. And it fractures connection because it weaponizes relationships, right? Your body begins to associate closeness and love with hurt. And the only thing that keeps us well is relationships. That's it. And that's the demon. That's the forest fire that will rage through family trees for years, is disconnection. That makes us anxious, and it makes us depressed, and it makes us look to shut off those alarms with varying sorts of addiction, and you just named several of them, right? It makes us trust ourselves and spend our whole lives performing to make sure everyone around us is okay. And it's exhausting, right?
Full fiance became homeless after she projected a $2,500 prank and video from modern day subscribers going about the progress.
Why am I going to say no?
So,
Because we started dating
wrong colour
5
mate.
years ago. And then a month after we started
You
dating,
too, Red.
his friends started dating him. And they had a kid.
Oh, boy, you're alright.
Out of thin air, okay? We don't love that for us, besties. I know we like to be petty. I know we like to be bratty on this channel. As we should. However, let's be petty when we actually have a reason. Because then it crosses over into the, like, that's not a good kind of petty. We are only petty to the people who do us wrong and not to
Found my wife's secret Google account, and I'm sick to my stomach. Boy, what's she been Googling?
get sick.
It's the 36-year-old man.
If I went back to 18-year-old Lindsay, I would just tell her it's all going to be okay. Your time is coming. It takes time.
I found my wife's secret Google account, and I'm sick to my stomach. Boy, what's she been Googling?
Let's get sick.
It's the 36-year-old man. I met my wife, Bailey, who's 33. What?
Jose. Jose. You're hungry?
I met my wife, Bailey, who's 33, 9 years ago through mutual coworkers, and we hit it off immediately. I felt absolutely head over heels with this woman. She was everything I was looking for. I had gotten out of a toxic, dare I say, abusive, long-term relationship right before that with a woman Bailey had been acquainted with, but not friends with. I had her blocked on everything and had no contact with her since breaking up. We got married right after the tail end of the pandemic, bought our first house together, and started trying to conceive. That was difficult because Bailey has PCOS, but last year she finally gave birth to our first son. I'm having a blast being a dad. It's kind of a dream come true. I finally got my happy life with my perfect wife until last Monday. My laptop's battery shit the bed, so I opened up Bailey's work tablet with an attached keyboard. You can set it up like monitor to check on some taxes. She wasn't home, it was just me and the baby, but we've never asked permission to There's nothing for us to hide, that's what I thought. When I opened up the internet, I noticed she had the incognito tab open. Never in a million years did I expect to discover what I did. My wife has a secret Google account with a photo album saved called XX. So I clicked on it. Did I discover an affair? Nude? In this Google album were over 300 photos, 348 actually, of my ex, the woman I was with right before I met Bailey, the woman who tormented me and made me feel worthless. The album said it was started back right around the time Bailey and I started dating, and was updated as recently as 2 weeks ago. The photos range from candid shots of Bailey to pictures at her work functions. There were even pictures from her yearbook. I don't know how Bailey could have found her high school yearbook photos, photos from vacations, ID photos from work, pictures of her in crowds, screenshots of videos, and screen recordings of videos. Just her. The other people in the photos would be scribbled out, or the people would be cropped and zoomed in just on my ex. There were other disturbing things I found too. There was another album with just zoomed out pictures of my ex's hair. Come to think of it, Bailey had recently started wearing her hair different, and my ex had a very identifiable haircut. There was another album with screenshots and comments on social media. Of course, I can't find them because I have her blocked, like Facebook groups she's in and public posts. And my ex is very low-key on social media. I can't imagine where these went to find them. My ex literally
very specific blouse or trousers you have to really go looking for to find. A specific water bottle I remember her purchasing, and identical hiking boots and sandals. So basically, my partner of almost a decade has been single white emailing my ex-girlfriend, has secretly stalked her to the point of buying her exact clothes and changing her hair, and now I'm trying to provide daily interest or just basics. Basically, put yourself into my business. Everything feels like a lie. Things we should be like a lie. I threw up and had a panic attack. I looked at our daughter and felt betrayed. I haven't confronted her yet. I don't know if I want to. I want to run away with our daughter. I want to print out all of the pictures, leave them on the table, and disappear. I don't know what to do. I just want to throw up.
That's up there as far as one of the craziest stories you've done. That could be anything.
That could be anything, man. That could be anything.
That is haunting.
That's ungodly. I'm trying to think of myself in this situation, and I think I'd rather have found out.
Oh, definitely.
That's simpler. It's like, okay, you're a normal guy.
Hey, y'all shooting out the admins. Y'all need to stop shooting up in this tower.